Hey everybody, welcome back to another custom diecast review. This is the 2018 Brett Moffitt Michigan race win. This is a custom I had made from a friend on Facebook, Jared Watts. He did a great job with these. I will do the review here. I'll have a few little critiques, and I don't think I've got a link. He doesn't have his own page specifically for diecast, but he is in the NASCAR diecast groups, so you should be able to find him in there. So yeah, he did a great job. He did 4 custom Brett Moffitts for me. Some of them were like nobody could get decals, and he managed to get them for me. So we'll go ahead and go through the review and take a look. So as I said, the customs were awesome. There are a few things. We'll go through the whole diecast, and I'll kind of point out the few things that I've noticed that I don't even know if they're necessarily like a thing that is. It's definitely something changeable. I just don't think it's something that he did nothing wrong. I think it was like. So, for instance, let's go down the left side. We've got the ASIN group. We got the number 16 here. Camping World Truck Series, Mobile 1. We've got kind of the decals around here on the left side. You can see some of the dirt down here along the bottom. The skirt, there's the arrow for the jack, which I think that gap is normally over there. But, I'm not sure. Because that's where the arrow, I think, is normally at. But you can see the decal has the little hole there, so I'm not quite sure what that is. Then on the back you've got Toyota Industrial Equipment. So as you can see, the first thing I would say, I think it's something in the decal, but you can see behind the 6 where it's behind the white and what's behind the black, and you can see kind of some lines through it. I'm not sure if that's decal related. Again, not 100% sure. I've never built a custom before, so I'm not an expert in any stretch of the imagination. But I don't know for sure, because you can tell between the two, the 6 gets darker because obviously it's black behind there. So I don't even know if that's a decal quality thing, if it's like, the higher end decals don't do that, or maybe there's nothing you can do about it. I don't know. But that's just something I definitely notice. You can see around the left rear, we got the rubber detail there, and like from the burnouts and stuff. Here you can see where the fuel kind of flowed down after it kind of spilled out. And again, look at the placement of these decals. I mean, they're spot on. This is exactly where you want it, right there. And then same thing with the ethanol ring. It's right on this place. The decals are perfectly placed, which is awesome. I mean, I think that's a big deal. I'm wondering if you can see here, it's very flat. I'm not sure if that's a clear coat thing, because the thing is, the clear coat actually came out really nice. But I'm wondering if it's, I don't know. I've never made a custom, so I really can't say much on that. I do know one thing I would say also. So look at the 16 there. Looks pretty normal, but then down here, it almost looks like the 6 is too big on top. I'll show you what I mean. Let me grab the Don Valley North truck, and we'll put them side by side. And you can kind of see what I mean here. Between the two. So there's the 16 on one, there's the 16 on the other. So you can see the two 6s. Maybe it's just the white. Maybe it's the black outline on this one isn't as defined, which obviously it wouldn't be. It's not a, it doesn't have the high-end decal printer that Lionel has, obviously. So I'm not 100% sure on that. But, again, just got to point them out. Onto the rear here, we've got Moffitt on the rear window. I think it was actually Moffitt on the rear window to begin with. It's got a custom banner, but I don't know if it even actually needed it. I'd have to remember. Because I sent 2 Moffitts and 2 Solders. And I think this one would have been a Moffitt because it's Toyota. But I'd have to remember. But anyway, so we got Moffitt on the rear window. Toyota. Actually, I think this is all standard. This is probably the same bed as the original. A couple little decals there. Right there and there. But looks good. There's nothing off there. Onto the back, you can see here we've got the spokes for the spoiler there. We got Toyota Industrial Equipment. We've got Toyota here, and you can again look at how the decals are actually placed perfectly. There's nothing wrong with them. I'm just wondering if you can see what I'm talking about when you look close at the kind of the wrinkles in there. I'm not 100% sure if that's something that you can roll out. Again, I've never made a custom, so by no means am I railing on it. He did these for really quick, great communication. It did, put them there. Again, the placement is right. But if I were to dissect it and do my review, which is what I do, I got to go through it. So, yeah, I'm not sure if that's something that rolls on. I really don't know what the tactics are. But that would be something if I were to say I was doing a score out of 0 to 100, this would be something that I would, take in note. Onto the right side, we've got all the decals again. Again, he did a great job. They're placed all in the very correct positions. They're angled correctly. I don't have like one of them angled half sideways or anything like that. They're actually all right where they need to be. So that's awesome. The 6 and the 1, again, you can see kind of how the decal underneath is visible in the shades of red there. Again, not 100% sure what the options are for that, but he did do some good detail. I will show you these. These are my favorite parts. I'll save it for last because I think they're really, one of the coolest parts. We got Brett Moffitt and the winter stickers up there as well. You can kind of see, I'm wondering if that's a clear coat thing, but you can see how the decal separates from the black, and that could just be the decal. I don't want to say decal style. It could just be how the decals are made. I don't know for sure where these came from. I know they were hard to get because I had a couple people look and they couldn't find this decal set. So these might be custom printed decals, and that might be why they are, but I don't know. So I'm just, I would have that on my note as well. Onto the front, this is actually one of the most impressive parts. You can see the rubber buildup on the hood there. There's the Toyota Tundra front end. You can see the silver nose, or the it's normally that shiny silver. You can see the hood pins and all the tape that holds them down. Tundra, you can see the grill all taped off, number 16 there. Black around the splitter, white on above it. Look at these the decals are perfect. The headlights are right where they need to be. The grill's right where it needs to be. The contingency sponsors are right where they need to be. They're very well placed. And then you can see the hood here. We got the lines right here for where they, where it changes, and they're right on. I mean, this, when you look at it from a distance, this is a good looking truck. As I said, I don't think this is an experience based. I don't want to say experience based review because the placement of these decals is all very, very accurate. I do think that there's a quality of the decal that might be something different. But again, I don't know. I've never had to do these. Now, let's get on to the coolest part. He details the dash. So it's hard to see, but inside, each of the gauges now has a color to it. So there's silver in the gauges, red on that knob there, silver on the shifter, silver on the steering wheel, a little red line on the steering wheel for when it's straight up and down. You can kind of see that from there. And then each of the little switches on the left side are red. So the detailed dash is something that's very, very cool. I really, really like that. That's one of my favorite parts. Again, being able to get all of the Brett Moffitt's race wins is pretty cool, but having a full custom, this is, I think, my first full custom. Everything else has had temporary, slight customizations to it here or there. I have seen one other custom that I had and then sold way, way back. And as I said, the only thing that I think I remember from that was the fluid, or not the fluid, but like the decal here, they have the same issue here. Now, I have seen some where they don't have as big a one, but I don't think this is completely avoidable. Because, again, Lionel's got professional stuff, so they're never going to be that perfect. But I do know that I have seen some where they've been able to combat it somehow. I don't know what it is, but that's just one I would have on the note. But, again, I would highly recommend, because I sent this truck to him, and I think it only cost me about $30. That's awesome. Like, if I were to say bang for buck, this is well worth it. Because at the end of the day, you can't get a decent, like a custom like this. If you want one that's, really, really high end, got good decals and all that stuff, you're going to pay $120, $150. So I am very, very happy with these. Are they perfect? No, nothing ever will be. But there's a lot of really, really cool aspects of this, and I'm perfectly satisfied with it. So anyway, if you have enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you post your compliments down below. I'm going to share this video so he can see it. I'm going to warn you now, his next 3 get even better. This is probably, of the 4, probably the least... I don't want to say the least good because I like all 4, but I like the other 3 a lot better than this one for sure. So definitely post your compliments down below and your little critiques that you might have, because everyone can learn. But thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next Diecast review.